What is up, card fighters and zero fighters? Welcome back again to another video. So Fabulous VG finally back. It's been a while. Hello. So today we're going to a deck profile of the new Ezel support. I know it's very late of the month. It's legit like for a few days. The schedule is like 4 days again. Well, there's 4 days for the month, but then after that, like it's a new month. It's June. So summer break just came for me, so that's why I'm recording again. Although I was pretty chill with studies this week, there was not much to learn. I just I don't know, I was basically watching anime a lot. That's why I didn't record. So please forgive me for not recording, but yeah. So I finally got the energy back to record and actually make a good video, because if I don't have the energy, it would be pretty stale, which would suck for you guys. So yeah, so this is my Ezel build. A lot of the a few SPs, which is really nice. So now out of the way of flexing, so this is my Ezel build. Originally, I think I mentioned in the older videos that I wanted to run 9 crit Ezel, which was the plan, but then I realized that when I played 9 draws, because of Ezel Scissors, you don't really need 9 crits anymore because of his skill basically. What is that skill? Let's talk about it. So Limit Break 4, Salvation Line, the Grand is Counter Blast 2 to unlock all of your lock cards. So this is really good against Link Joker. It kind of hard counters it, but it doesn't mean that it will auto win. Remember that, because Link Joker still can kill you since they lock the rear cards for their turn to multi attack you 3 times at face. But then if you are able to survive that, usually Link Joker have a hard time when you unlock your turn, because when you unlock the cards during your turn, cards like Palladium and Chaos Breaker Dragon doesn't have the skill, because their skill activates at the end of the turn when cards are unlocked. Since you unlock in your main phase, you actually go bypass that, and making them actually lose benefit basically. So and then look at top 4, which is really nice, to super recall a card. So it has a Ezel skill for Counter Blast 2 to unlock also. So that's pretty good. Then if you have 5 or more rare cards, you get to get 10k and a crit, and at the end of the turn you get to counter charge 1. So if you think about it, it's actually just Counter Blast 1, super recall the top 4, unlock all your rare cards, check the top 4, call a card, and if you have 5 or more rare cards, get 10k and a crit. That is insane if you think about it. Yes, it's really good, but it says exactly 5 rare cards, but I think in the old card it says 5 or more. So if you have 5 rare cards, so basically you have a full board, he gains 10k and a crit, which is good. Which is just good, because you can use this skill more than once. But you have to remember that against Link Joker you have to consider, which is really good actually, because of how easy you can access crits and how consistent you can by counter blasting 4. But technically you're counter blasting 4, but at the end of the turn you get to counter charge 2, so you're not losing a lot. So it's pretty good. And then well, what I was saying, yeah, he can get 3 crits easily. So when he gets 3 crits, you know that if you played against Reiji, when you have 3 crits so easily, you can legit damage choke your opponent out of limit break, which is really good, because like right now a lot of the decks are limit break. Almost all the decks are limit break reliant, so really good. That's why you don't need to run crits, but if you run crits, it's okay. It speeds up the game, but then again, if it goes to long game, I think you would lose because you don't have to draw a lot, so sucks. Then during your turn, you need to get 1k for every of your cards. Then if you have Ezel as your cross ride, he cross ride with normal Ezel, so really good card. It has basically the second skill is really good actually. For the 1k, he actually gains enough power. If you don't have the first skill activate, for example, you're not at limit break yet, you use your second skill to gain enough power so your Vanguard actually can hit for 21, which is pretty good, because 5k booster. It gains 5k if you have 5 rare cards, then have 5k booster 21. So yep, so that is the main, the main like support, I guess. It's a triple rare for the deck from the set. So yep. It's really good. I'll show you guys more in game later on. So what else should we talk about? So we'll talk about Ezel. I feel like you already know. I'm gonna blast 1, check top 4 to call a card, and you gain the power from that card, and then it gains 1k for every of your card. But then Ezel, you probably already meet counter blast 1 to give 5k to all of your cards and gain a crit. And then turn, and he has cross ride, and if you cross ride, the limit breaks 5 become limit break 4. So really good finisher if your opponent's at 4 damage or so, or like if they're like at 5 damage and you just want to secure your win, because your rear cards gain like 10k buff. So like if you're like, you can usually go over triggers. There's a higher chance you go over triggers basically. Then we run off cancel out Zenith. So sadly I only got one cancel out Zenith, which is an SP, which is really nice, but I can't build a Liberator deck. My Blaster Blade Liberators are only 3 for some reason. I wasn't paying attention for the rank. So pretty yikes there. So I was gonna build Liberators, but Liberators is like the top deck. I think tier 2. It still loses to I think Joker, I guess. So gains 10k. Basically, this is a really good initiator of multi-attack for Liberators and this deck actually. When you attacks a Vanguard card +1, put a recard to bottom deck to call a card from top of deck and give it 10k until end of turn. So really good, and basically buffs your units for a 4 attack at the same time, giving that power so that it will hit usually with a booster. Yeah, so you don't really usually ride into him. You only ride into him if you have in your hand to finish it off. But the second skill is also pretty good. When placed from your deck, you don't need a Liberator Vanguard. Return this unit deck to call a Blaster Blade Liberator from your deck or your drop zone, and call it from the drop zone. Basically, reviving a Blaster Blade Liberator if you have it in your deck or your drop zone, which is really good because you replace a grade 3 and essentially get a grade 2. So yes, but one thing about Blaster Blade Liberator why you don't run 4, I'll explain why. And then it cross rides with regular the break ride cancel. So okay, the grade 3s aside, let's talk about the grade 0 actually, because there's a lot of starters for Ezel. There's the specified Ezel one that you counter +1 to call 2. I tried him, but like he doesn't do much except to this Dreaming Sage Corrin. So sometimes you usually don't hit your Ezels and you really need to hit it. So I run Corrin just because it's really good, since you're looking for normal Ezel and also the cross ride Ezels, whichever one you, depending on the situation, you can look for both. So really good. And then you can run Spring Beast Messenger, but personally, because I don't run Pelennor, I don't need Spring Beast Messenger. So yeah, so I'm playing Corrin. I think it's just the best option here. So next card, let's talk about the grade 2s now. I'm gonna speed up the explanation now, I think, because all of these are not as important. So the grade 2, this is a really good card, Knight of Pharaoh's Sapphire. When placed from your deck, so touch 1 counter 1. Essentially, if you call this with Ezel, you actually pay no cost and you get a soul charge actually. So with this, you actually can use the skill of Ezel a lot of times. So later you'll see what I mean. Then we have the more self damagers, basically 9k self damagers. Yeah, just 9k self damagers, I guess. Running 4 is really good because 9k body is not bad. At the same time, in this deck, if you self damage yourself, your opponent can't lock you out of your limit break. So yep. And then you have Blaster Blade Liberator. So this is the card that I thought was good, but sadly there was one thing that made me don't want to run him 4. Well, I guess like you shouldn't run him 4 because of this skill. When placed, if your Vanguard is a Liberator, if your Vanguard is a Liberator, you barely usually going to cancel it and have it to counter +2 to retire. I have never had a situation like that so far. So yeah, I only run him 1 because Cancelot itself can revive him from the drop zone. So essentially, just to keep Ezelot back in the deck, you just call Blaster Blade Liberator. At the same time, sometimes you miss, like for example Ezel and Grand Ezels, because believe it or not, check it, top 4 can also give you like grade 3s or grade 1s and just like not get a grade 2 somehow. So what else? And then we run the Spirits. I feel like you already know. They basically counter +1. Blaster Blade counter +1 to retire grade 2 or greater, counter +1 to retire grade 2 or less when called from the deck. So the superior call, and at the end of that, what sucks is that it can be hit by grade 1 and still die. So not a good defense card, but a really good offense card. Really good if you played against Ezel. I feel like you're already seen. And then we have self damages, grade 1 7k, and 14 drains because you have a lot of soul from these dude but also you wanna really dig into your PGs usually, because this deck doesn't have a good PG searcher other than draws and drain, so you don't draw as much. So yeah, and then we have self damager, just like for one-off, just random one-off. Then also I run the new PGs because the old PGs I did run, but like they're another situation you want to limit break, and then like if your opponent pulls a trash check a crit at 3, which would push you, which won't make you go to limit break, kind of sucks. So I did play with both of them, and then the old PGs, well, not like together, like separately in different matches. The old PGs were good, but The new PGs were just better because you get limit break, and yeah, so it's because you have limit break. Check my YouTube and Twitch. So Mr. Wordline, I don't know who you are, so maybe I'll check you out later. Nice sleeves. Let's see. So we go into a match. I'm probably sound a little bit weird today, so I don't know. It's been a while since I record. So we're fighting Spike Brothers. Interesting. I thought you might be a mecha trainer. Let's right into Gin Drain. Go into this match. I don't know. I feel like my commentary got a little bit weird after like the last recording. So so yeah. Oh, that's a nice SP. That's a nice SP. Yeah, I remember you. You're the current plus 1k 5k. 7. Draw trigger. Okay, we run. Yeah, you always run show. Spike Brothers. It's been a while since I've seen Spike Brothers, so not sure how to commentate against Spike Brothers. Oops. Yes. So run to Spirit because Spirits are bad in hand. Because they're 10k bodies, but on recard it's basically 0k. This sucks because I have 2 of my spirits already out, but I only run 4. And yeah. So if you also any other ratios, let me talk about the ratios in this deck. So I think the spirits, I think you should keep it to 4 or 5, 6 maybe. But like you shouldn't have more than that just because like I said, their defensive is pretty bad. At the same time, they don't do much if in their hand. The only time it's really good is when you call. And on top of that, remember that when you call, you need to counter plus again. So you actually take 2 counter plus to Spirit Call and retire. That sounds good, but that could also mess up your Ezel combos. You have to remember that. Arrow Sapphire is really good for. I run 4. It's an 8k, which sucks, but like because of how he counter charges, you can actually just fill up the back row column for him also. Self damagers are really good. Luckily, I finished the playset of these self damagers. They are key cards to basically pressure your opponent. When they just give you 2 damage, you can just like push them to 5 because of going into the Ezel kit. Well, Ezel kit, I mean Quenching with Ezel. So it's been a while I fight Spike Brothers. What did you search? Did you search for a PG? No, you searched for this. Oh. Wild hitter. I almost said it weirdly. At the end of battle, you attack, you can boost a create 3. Boost a Vanguard, and you get a create 3. Current plus 1 to position still to color card. Okay. Okay, now like this, I go into Ezel, like usual. Go here. Now I can use my limit break. Try to find a spirit, actually. So, okay, that's fine. I can call into this. So what are my damage on this? I don't want to put back. I want to put back the spirit. So, oh wait, my connection died. Nope. It's wait, what? My connection is fine. That's interesting. Give it a sec to reconnect. Okay, it's reconnecting. Okay. That was weird. My internet had a hiccup question mark? It was pretty fine. Yeah, my Wi-Fi didn't die, it's just like PC decided to do something. So self damage again because I didn't want to put a trigger in the field of force. Should I take for the spirit? I know, I think I shouldn't because my counter blast is running low. Maybe I should have Corin, but it doesn't matter actually. Maybe I should have searched for my Ezel Scissors. Next time I can run into it, but it's kinda too late. That's okay. Oh, come on, the spirit was there. Okay, now there are 3. I'm afraid of their limit break, but actually I should have pushed because the break ride is the scary part. Yeah, Bedan Dagger is scary too. So, meet Mr. Bedan. He basically has the ability to persona, right? So, when a rope 1 break right gets 10k, then all his front row requests get 10k. So technically just like persona right, front row 39k. But at the end of battle, every time you rear card attack, you have to put it at the bottom of the deck. So you cannot play defensive, you have to play aggressive. But there is a card named what was his name? The white dude, the Emperor. He can superior call cards up rare. That's the Emperor. If you never seen Spike Brothers, this is why it's scary. Card blast 2 to put a card for your hand, to call 2 cards to enter into the spell. So really good because technically he basically just like threatened finishing you off because of the 10k persona right buff. I don't know why I'm commenting things weirdly. Pop this. Let's see what. I think. Do I want to filter? I feel like I want to filter. I want to try to put the lion, the create 2 lion. Over there. I want to create 2 lions just to put myself at 5 damage, so my opponent won't heal out of limit break, I guess. No, not limit break. I mean heal out at like 4 damage. Okay, cool. Heal, can I heal? Heal, let's go. Really good. So my heals were not coming up, I was like 3 left, so that's why I hope for 1. There's 1 great. So like this situation, this is pretty interesting. Great, right? Okay. Did I skip the Ezel animation? I did, didn't I? Forgot. Oops. I was supposed to showcase it, but I'm so used to skipping animations. So next set, I think we're getting like DOTR, right? Jumping over the Rebirth and stuff like that. Pretty excited. I have like 130 packs ready, so nice with that. I also have triple rare guaranteed pack, which I'm not sure I'm gonna be opening next set. I'm planning to save it for Legion, but if I only need if I need to, I'll open like 1 or 2. I want to keep it for Legion because really nice Legion thing is that if you get a triple rare create 3, you get a triple rare create 2, which is hella good. Okay. Ooh. Oh my god! What is that top deck? That is an amazing top deck. So turns out that this deck can be I forgot that this deck shuts down like once if I'm at 3, they have a trouble trying to push for team, I guess, a little bit. He swings, I PG, and well, that game. That was impressive too. That it shows how the deck works. So let me just use casual Ezel. So next game we'll show into Crenzies at Ezel if I join to it. I should have used Corin. It would have been cooler. Hopefully we'll fight Ning Joker. So last time I think I said also that I haven't seen Ning Joker that often. But suddenly I've been fighting a lot of Ning Joker every time I'm trying out non-Ezel. But every time I'm trying Ezel, I barely find Ning Joker. Which is really funny and pretty annoying because I've been trying to play Bakugers, but then it got hard. Like usually, like it gets hard countered by Ring Joker actually. So that's game. Oh, first match, pretty good game. We got to see Dudley Emperor and how he's doing. So Dudley Emperor, multi-attacking really good, but sadly if you're not at like 4 or 5 damage, Dudley Emperor is not as deadly. So non-deadly Emperor. So, time to go to the next match, basically. Blue stacks is a little bit laggy right now, so don't mind it please. Legend 34. I'm top 200 still, but I can't get top 28 again. Probably next season, but I always say that. So, we'll see if it actually happens. I mean, there's a Reaper, which would be really fun to play. So, yeah. So, let's get to the next game. Go Paladin Ezel's been grinding a lot with it because the crits are fun. And the game kind of accelerates really quickly because of how much you have the ability to self-damage. Your opponent can't really stall you out of your limit break, like a lot of decks. Well, so yeah, I have a few decks. So first, I have Gold Paladins and Ezels and also Genesis. So I actually completed Genesis because of the event. I got every triple rare I need. I think like the most important triple rare for the deck to work. I got everything. I got like 4 Angelicas, I got 4 Minervas, 4 Camomiles. So I know that my deck list was really bad for the last time. So we're fighting Dayusha, which is kind of scary. Well, not the starter is not Koyusha, but like Koyusha is not the 100% starter. This is a pretty good starter too. This guy is scary, man. I can't believe Cool Cannon can really change the flow of the game. Because of how much crits you can do. Dodge crit. So another Ezel Scissors. Okay. So like this, what I wanna do is, because I have the opportunity, I will. No, don't give me that. Let me try to find the Ezel because I want to find his crossfire. Okay, that's good. Oh, and also if you guys have a question like why don't you run the just create researcher in general. It's because like sometimes you don't need to use scoring, and like you've seen from next match, the 5k booster makes better numbers than 4k booster basically. And then on top of that, you don't really want to draw into your cancel because you want your cancel to stay in your deck. And then unless you dry check it, you want to stay in deck by like call Blessed Liberator, so you don't run out grade 2 because you can revive from drop zone and stuff. So yeah, I'm gonna talk a lot about the deck again because last video where Block Looker, I didn't really talk about the deck. Got distracted by Overdress. Super excited for Overdress, guys. I think I'm participating for PSF. Looking forward to that, but still waiting for my cards. I'm still looking pieces for my card space. It's like 50. I already got the deck list down. I just need to find the cards. For some reason it keeps getting sold everywhere around my area, and I'm not willing. Well, I'm just like too lazy to like try to have it shipped from half away across the world, which is like America. Like, yikes. So I go to Sapphire rather than the Great 1 because I want to counter charge. Okay. Because I want to try top deck into one of Spirits. There's 2 left in the deck. So this really sucks about Spirits is that there's usually the games where my Spirits stay in the deck completely, and then like because I'm not in Ezel, it's not easier to access. It's much harder to access the Spirits. And other than that, sometimes the Spirits just like go into my damage so early on. When there's like only 4, please, why are you revealing yourself with damage? Not like yeah. Interesting, you put the heals on the Yusha reverse, so you don't focus reverse damage. Okay. This man is super annoying and scary. So did I skip your animation or was there no animation? Was I? I forgot. Damn it. Damn it. Dayusha king, Dayusha. Oh, no. If I cross right now, I would die actually. Would I? Whatever, I'm gonna just like do this. Well, I already decided. Power Blast, check the top 4. I'm gonna take the Ginger actually. So hopefully Soul Blast 1 to throw into a PG. And on top of that, the Spirit, I wanna keep it for later. So, oh, he actually entered our store. I didn't see. So I wanna Soul Blast him out. So later on, if I. There is 3 Ezel Scissors. I wanted that, but not like this, you know. I know that Game Studio knows what's going on. I know that secretly trolling me because I asked for Scissors last game, and then I got like 3 copies now in my hand. Heal. So I also forgot to mention, because of how much damage you do yourself, self-harm. Don't say that. Damage yourself, basically self-damage. You get a lot. Your heals usually activate all the time. What did I just say? So he has 4 cards in his hand. If he wants to try to finish it off, he use Cool Cannon. But now he's gonna have to fill up the rear card circles with cards. Oh my god, he has so many great trees. With 8 great trees out of his deck, he only has 5 left. Come on, please do not check it. He legitimately check 1 and I die if I don't check a heal. Okay, no? Damn it. Oh no! Oh my god! Come on, heal trigger. Oh come on, that's just a little bit of salt. Heal, come on. No! As you can see that game, turns out that Ezel, I told you also, Ezel doesn't draw into his BGs that often. So decks like Dayusha still can beat you. Honestly, any deck you're playing, well metal relevant or not, unless you're playing like I guess Draconic, even Kagura struggles from it. But if you don't draw into your 2 BGs against Dayusha, you practically die. But if you draw into 2 BGs, they practically die. So Dayusha. I'm gonna show you one more match because those two matches were pretty odd. So against Goat Paladin Mirror. Maybe this is a Liberators to compare which is better, Liberators Ezel. I think personally it's pretty obvious it's Liberators, but Ezel is pretty fun. I'm gonna redraw the Sapphire because I don't think I need early game grade 2s yet. Going first. Spring Breeze Messenger. It's not Liberators. 2 PG. Why was it not like this against Dayusha, man? That hurts, man. I was doing so well. My damage is 2. Next thing you know, this man pulled Great Dayusha and then drive check a Great Dayusha after his like the second check. You can't do anything. That is the life of Dayusha. Let's run into this. Into Sapphire and use the skill of Corin first. Coron. I say Corin on Ezel. Call this just to push a little because you want them to push you just like to push you to like 1 or 2. Damn it. Well, I got punished for that. Big yikes. On the trip. Wait, is this a Liberators with random cards? Why is Spring Breeze Messenger into it? Yeah, Ring of Brave is much better. Are you gonna try to multi-attack or like find? Imagine he finds Paladin. That would be interesting. I think the Paladin. Oh, it's a Sacramore. Okay. Let's grind this. You push me to 3 damage, so now I can limit it. This deck has so much limit break, has so much self damages, it feels so good to like your opponent. Oh, you're trying to damage choke me? That does not work. That doesn't work. That wasn't work with that. Sorry, because it's pretty tiring that before Ezel, you had to like basically every deck that is not Ezel, you had to just like stall out limit break and then like, who could survive longer and stuff like that. But like with Ezel, it's like always self damage. Now he's at 4. Really good honestly for me because he hasn't gone to grade 3, so that is actually really good for me. I put a trigger back and a PG, right? Wait, there was an Ezel animation. I skipped it. So you've probably seen Ezel animation by IT. You can see my old video actually. There is the Ezel Scissors animation, which hopefully I get to show. But from the game we've seen, I don't think I get to show Ezel Scissors. Who knows, maybe I'll top deck it. I'm confused why you're playing Sacramore. Now I've seen 3. Because 1, 2, 3, that's not really what you want. We're not playing Limit Break yet. Legion. Heal trigger. Wow. This can't even hit now. Unless it's like a trigger. I see. Two triggers, okay, I see. I see what's happening here. 3 of them. Wow. Limit Break, let's go. Find into a spirit. What? Nah, this sometimes happen, which really sucks. You can't rage too much for it. Let's put this down. Do I still have grade 2s in my... Yeah, I have 5 grade 2s left, so I'm gonna use it one more time. I guess to try to hopefully find a spirit. Oh, don't mind that. Okay, now this is a good thing. I can go into a cancel out Liberator and then put it back with the skill and call a Blaster Blade Liberator to fill up the column. I have enough like units on the... I mean, I have enough intercepts, then I have enough PGs. Even if he spirits me, no matter how much, I shouldn't... Unless he spirits me twice, I think that would be fine. But I doubt he would be that lucky or have that enough play. Oh, never mind. Double draw trigger and a PG. Really nice. 4 spirit... he has 1, 2, 3, 3 spirits of him down. So let's see how many spirits he runs. It's always interesting how people run spirits. This card is super like double-edged. It's really offensive, but like for defense it's actually bad because deck like Ninja Joker, they had barely call cards in the board, and if you intercept can just die to create ones, they don't have problem with that. Really? Have you found the spirit? How many spirits do you run? He's gonna be breaking again. What? So he's trying to end the game, yeah? Oh, end on myself. Big oops. Okay. Let me beat you one more time. That's a non-spirit. I'm running 5, right? Ooh. I would ride into you, but like the... Let's see. Let's try to Ezel first. I would have ride into you, but like... What sucks that because at this situation riding into it wouldn't be worth it. Let me just push. Should I push the 4th damage? Let's swing first to it. Draw into PG. Okay. Do I? I should just do it. No way it's gonna check his spirit, right? He legit has 1 chance to check that spirit. Most likely not. Come on, please. Please, no spirit. I wouldn't die, but like that wouldn't be. Okay, got into a grade 1. Okay, he missed a grade 2. He doesn't set up and run himself. Okay, no, he does set up. So now I might be dead. Actually thinking about it, I might be dead. If this opponent has, I feel like he has a PG in his hand, so might be dead if I don't check a heal there. After this, this man just kept throwing different stuff. Maybe I should have rushed it. No, I skipped the animation. It's like imagine the animation. It's like Platina Ezel Scissors. So there's yellow light and Platina Ezel cuts through it. Just watch the anime and probably feel it. Heal. Okay, nice. Right on time. That could be important. We'll see. He has 7 cards left in his deck, so I still am close to death. So let's see if he kills me or not. Break like usual. 7 cards, 6 cards left in his deck. Ezel's so close to suffer. He got the grade 3, which is smarter because if he doesn't get the grade 2, better to remove the trigger. Let's see. Oh. Can I check a trigger? Ooh, heal trigger. Okay. Okay, the trigger. Oh my god. The man spamming. He's toxic. Oh my god, that was lucky. Oh. So yeah, that's Ezel Scissors. Didn't get to show you Link Joker, but against Link Joker is pretty cool. So you have to remember that you wanna fill up your board. So you unlock the cards and yeah. Yeah. Let's go. Swing. Oh wait, where are your PGs? Oh, what's 3 of them in the deck? That sucks. That sucks, man. That kinda sucks. I expected to have at least 2 PGs. So yeah, that is Ezel's. Really happy with that. What else? So show you a list a bit, the list again one more time. So Ezel, it's a lot of self damage as you can see. You can lock him out of limit break, so he doesn't lose that much. I didn't show you guys Ezel Scissors early game because Ezel Scissors, honestly, you wanna ride into your Ezel first and Ezel Scissors. The only time you really ride into him is that if you're forced to 5 damage early, you go to Grand Ezel Scissors to like damage choke them on a limit break, or actually just kill them if they don't have a PG. Because usually if people rush you, a lot of times they call a lot of cards to their board and they reveal that they don't have a PG in hand. So Grand Ezel Scissors can talk you out of limit break, can unlock lock cards, really good. Ratios are like around like this. Honestly, you shouldn't change anything. Maybe great tiers, if you don't like self damagers, you can replace it with 10k vanillas if you want, or more spirits. But I think spirits, if you don't pack it too much, because it's not defensive. So yeah, I'll be signing out here, guys. 35 minutes of video. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully you guys got to see Ezel in action, and I'll see you next time for the Genesis deck profile. So that's it for Capital VG here today. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.